Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the dreaded D-Rose Report. Glad to see you back. I'm back. Hope you had a great holiday. I know somebody that's probably not having a good holiday. FayObserver.com says TNA champion Jeff Hardy will plead guilty to drug charges pending against him when he appears in court on January 20th, according to Moore County District Attorney Maureen Kruger. Hardy was arrested back in 2009, if you remember. September, by the way. Police raided his home in Cameron, North Carolina. He'd been free on bail ever since. According to Moore County Sheriff's Police report, they found 262 Vicodin prescription pills, 180 Soma prescription pills, 555 milliliters of antibiotic steroids, and a residual amount of powder cocaine and items of drug paraphernalia during the raid. Hardy has been hit with a long list of charges. These first two charges, though, and I remember when they first arrested him, they said that those were non-suspendable and mandatory jail time. But I think there may be a way around this. I'll explain that here in a few. Anyway, conspiracy to traffic opium is one. Trafficking in opium by possession is the other. And he also got 2 counts of possession of intent to distribute, felony possession of cocaine, felony maintaining and controlling a substance, a controlled substance in a vehicle, dwelling, or place, misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, which is nothing there. That's a misdemeanor. That's the only misdemeanor, I think. District Attorney Kruger declined to comment on whether Hardy would be offered a deal or avoid jail time in exchange for his cooperation. Did you hear me say cooperation? That may be the only way out of this. I got a feeling they want to know, hey, where'd you get that? I think that may be what's going to happen. And whether that's still suspendable, you know, but what they'd have to do is take them 2 charges and lower them to a some sort of misdemeanor or whatever. But cooperation is the main thing, and it's not cooperating by saying, "Oh, I don't want to go through a trial. Just give me some time and be done with it." That ain't it. We'll see. Let you know more on it later. One good thing that's happening this year, well, not even this year. Well, this week, 2 DVD disc set coming out of Hall of Famer Bobby the Brain Heenan is set to be released tomorrow by WWE. Now, normally they have the first disc is usually a documentary and things like that. Now, the documentary does not feature new comments from Heenan, nor archival footage, from the past. What it is his wife and daughter, however, is being featured in the piece. So I would say there was somebody's going to be doing a commentary, and then they were going to ask the wife, daughter, odds and ends things. Still should be a good one. I hate that he can't be on that. And in today's birthdays, by the way, 2-time world champion Bill Goldberg, he turns 44, and China turns 40, and turns a lot of other things too, from what I've heard. Goldust, by the way, announced on Twitter that he's engaged. By the way, he said the Golden One is now officially engaged. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Can't see the rest of it. Anyway, a lot of WWE talent, by the way, took to Twitter to write about their rough travels along the East Coast there. However, stressing that tonight's Raw from Albany, New York will take place as advertised. Unlike NFL, says we have no off-season, we do not reschedule Raw, Ted DiBiase writes. He said he also wrote, had some new near-death experiences though last night, but every day were more near-death than the last. Confucius say. So did he. John Cena, he addressed his own travel issue via the Twitter. Says, so much snow, he wrote. Madison Square Garden last night was unreal. We got stuck in the snow for a while, but then we made it to Albany, ready for tonight's Raw. As noted on an earlier report, WWE talent struggling to get to there. But I guess they got some horrible weather up there, like 20 to 2 feet of snow. 20 inches to 2 feet of snow. Following that last night's show at Madison Square Garden, talent were leaving the venue as soon as possible to begin their 3-hour drive from New York to Albany. Way up north. However, the multiple incidents or accidents and icy snowy roads meant that the drive actually now took 7 hours. Maurice wrote on her Twitter that she and her travel partners have seen over 20 accidents on the road. Some talent are trying to get their flights to wherever they can land in order to drive to Albany. There's lots of frustration among the talent, which is, you can believe it. By the way, Velvet Sky, Pope D'Angelo, De Niro, Mr. Anderson, Rob Van Dam are panelists on the latest episode of TNA Spin Cycle, which I've never seen. Host is going to be Jeremy Borash, asking the questions in all their travel experience. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten? Don't want to ask me. Eric Young, by the way, headlines a new era pro wrestling event on Saturday the 15th in Clarksville, Tennessee, National Guard Armory. If you're down that way, check him out. Brooke Adams, by the way, she's known as Tessmacher, Miss Tessmacher at TNA. She suffered a broken jaw last week, according to her official website. It wasn't from wrestling. She detailed the incident in her Facebook, said, "The worst Christmas I ever had. I got hit in the face by a friend in the jaw, and it's now broken in 2 places." She says, "I'm now in the ER for the 3rd time, and it's so wonderful to spend my Christmas here in the ER for 9 hours. Tell your friend that hit you in the face that. Some damage may not be fixed," she says. "Please keep me in your prayers. Hopefully everyone else has a wonderful Christmas," which was nice. By the way, former TNA wrestler Kia Stevens, who the hell's that? Awesome Kong, 33 years old. She was arrested Wednesday night, 11:59 a.m., Hillsborough County, Florida. Charges of driving with a license that's either been canceled, suspended, or revoked. She was booked until the Hillsborough County Sheriff's offices and released shortly after on a $1,000 bond, which I could just see them trying to handcuff her. Whew! Former NXT rookie Percy Watson participated in the Battle Royal at last night's SmackDown event in Chicago with a shot from at Dolph Ziggler's Intercontinental Champion on the line. New SmackDown star Ezekiel Jackson also worked the Battle Royal. Other FCW talent worked last night's show was Naomi Knight and teamed with Layla to lose to Natalya and Beth Phoenix. While WWE was recently in Texas, Randy Orton visited the Baytown Police Department shooting range to take part in a celebrity shooting event with ESG Gunworks. I'm back. Hey, based on the Google searches for 2010 in the United States, there was 45 most popular wrestling and MMA personalities from the past year. Here's just top 10. Search was most popular is John Cena, and then Brock Lesnar, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, Edge, Jeff Hardy, Batista, Randy Orton, Hulk Hogan, and number 10, Triple H. And by the way, Husky Harris, he was replaced by Heath Slater as Justin Gabriel's tag partner against Vladimir Kozlov and Morella at last night's Madison Square Garden show because Slater couldn't make it due to the weather. And Michael Cole, he replaced Gail Kim as host of the night as Gail couldn't make it either. And also, Hall of Famer Tito Santana, he returned last night replacing Sergeant Slaughter in Piper's Pit segment with Piper. Santana, who lives in New Jersey, was called in after Slaughter couldn't make it either. The WWE legends ended up getting into it with the Uso twins. Alright, WWE had 11 events in 2010 that drew more than 15,000 fans. Down 20 events that drew more than 15,000 in 2009. This is the lowest number of events drawing higher than 15,000 since 2007. Now, I don't know how much the economy, how much is, maybe burnout. I'm not sure. December 29th, Smash Wrestling Show in Japan will see top 3 main events. It will be female versus male. Former WWE Tajiri, who owns the promotion, will face women's wrestler Kana. K-A-N-A, don't know her. Alright, despite appearing on Raw in December, Alex Riley is yet to be added to the Raw roster. Don't know why. Maybe he does. Better get off here before somebody else comes in. Thanks for clicking, you guys. Hope you had a good New Year coming up too. I gotta go.